You know, it's always nice, isn't it, to share lovely positive news. As many people know, I love doing that because we all have enough bad news in our lives, let's be honest. Every single day we're reading about something we shouldn't eat, shouldn't do, bad for us, all that sort of stuff. 1 minute have you noticed coffee's good for you, then it's not, bacon's bad now, it once a week, whatever. And you just kind of think, I look at the people, I don't know if you do this, who've lived to a brilliant age, and when they say, well, I just did this, or I had a spoonful of whiskey or whatever, and you think, well, it worked for you, so maybe it worked for me. You know, that's what you have to think of, isn't it? A little bit of what you fancy does you good, as that fabulous musical song famously said. Now, a lot of people could say the same thing attributed to our wonderful Catherine, Princess of Wales. I, as you know, adore her, think she's brilliant, and just really exemplifies the job of what a royal really should do. Good works, and more importantly, does it with understatement, you know? Is not looking for banners for the camera, but actually out there looking to develop something that works very well. I loved it when she visited the food banks, for instance, because the donations go up. And yes, they did donate stuff, you know, but they don't do it with flair and photographers and stuff. It's very privately done. Now, as many people know, Catherine is currently taking the very first steps to try and put together this year's Christmas Carol concert. And as I told you before, it's very, very early stages. They haven't decided what they're going to do, whether it will be the full-blown effect or a best of or just inserted new pieces. But one of the things that's now been filtering through, and many people realise this, as we know, Catherine very privately, without fanfare, once again, visited a wonderful performance at the Sadler's Wells Ballet of Giselle, and incredible moving piece, apparently. She loved it, and I told you also Princess Charlotte now is very keen to go and take that on board too. Both of the ladies love ballet, you know, and I don't know about you, apparently it's brilliant exercise, and I think it's great for poise and deportment when you're very young, but talk about dedicated. I've met a lot of ballet dancers in my time, and they put so much hard work in, truly. But back to the story, the bottom line is I've been told that perhaps there's going to be some kind of special performance from them regarding something Christmassy. She was that moved by that. As I say, very early days, but it would be nice to see something slightly different, you know, move away from necessarily the same format, and Catherine is always looking to evolve and elevate this particular production. And when you think about it, as I say, it goes back to what I've said to you before. There is a lady that clearly has had a very tough year, as I know many people have out here on our friendship group, the chums, you know, I don't forget you, we all go through tough times, but hers has been in a public domain. And it's nice to know that she's thinking now of like, well, what can we do to cheer people up? And you might say, well, ballet's very elitist. Yes, it is, but it's also wonderful, isn't it? And when you watch people doing things that you can't do, it's very inspiring. And I think that's the idea behind the piece. Fingers crossed this all comes together. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.